With Arun Prabhu Dayanidhi, we are here to present about analytics and predictive analysis. The products what we are going to cover in analytics is QlikView, Tableau, and Lumira. Before starting up with the presentation, I would like to say why analytics. Generally, an organization will have an ERP system running by, or else Excel sheet for maintaining the data, or else a database they will be having. Whenever a top management wants to take up a decision, they will be relying on this data. So in order, this data are raw data. In order to take up an effective decision, the raw data will not be helpful for them. In order to do perfect decision, they will be having an analytical tool like QlikView or Tableau. So this is a typical traditional BI workflow. Whenever a top management wants to take up a decision, they approach a business analyst, where in turn ask for the data. He in turn go for a database administrator or an ETL developer. He takes for the data, and the data has been given to the analyst, and where he in turn analyzes the data and provides a database, the dashboards to the top management. This is a 2-day work process, 2 to 1 week process, wherein the decision won't be pending. So in order to avoid all this, we have QlikView. QlikView is a Sweden-based analytical company, where it has been Sweden-based company. It has been developed for it's developed in 1993, and this is an analytical tool which helps to produce the data in a pictorial format. This is how it eliminates the traditional BI. You could see the traditional BI is in a unique format. It flows from the top to bottom, and as it QlikView is in a cyclic format. Whenever top management wants to take up a decision, they can plug in data in from anywhere and take a decision. But in traditional BI, they want to go to the start again, and then they have to come back, and then they have to take up a decision. And this is how a typical QlikView workflow is. All the data reaches the QlikView consultant, wherein the QlikView consultant loads all the data into the QlikView server, and then they develop a dashboard. It has been passed on to the end user, wherein the database dashboards and what if scenarios has been created for their needs. This is somehow where you use it you have an insight everywhere. You have the insights of data everywhere, and you can use it in app model. You can use it in mobility. You can also use for socials and collaboratives as well. So this is a typical architecture of QlikView. You have a database layer where you can fetch the data from all the database, Oracle, SQL, Excel sheets even. From there, the data are being put into the application layer. That is a typical QlikView server. This is where the QlikView consultants come into play, where they collect the data and stores the data into the cubicle format. From here, the data has been flowed into the presentation layer, where the dashboards and scenarios has been created to take up the decision. This is a typical workflow of other BIs. The data has been taken into the application layer, and from there, it has been taken to the end user to create dashboards and other thing. But in QlikView, the data has been collected, and it has been created for the dashboards and another thing. And this is again retracted to the ERP system for the future purpose. And this is how the customer growth rate is. They have started in the year 1993, and then slowly they emerged into the market. Right now they have a customer list of around 35,000 to 40,000. It's in an exponential rate, and the acceptance rate for QlikView in the market is huge. And this is a potential partial clients list in Middle East for QlikView. And this is some of the QlikView clients in the market throughout globally. And this is some, we have a video for QlikView. Okay.
Think Google, Facebook, and iTunes. Now think BI. Different worlds, right? With these consumer apps, you can just jump in, start clicking, and become instantly productive. But traditional BI can be slow and frustrating, with huge learning and deployment curves. QlikView is different. It changes everything by delivering a consumer app BI experience. By taking the complexity out of BI, QlikView puts the business user in total control. No waiting for outdated reports, no more guessing. Just fast answers to the most critical business questions. And QlikView delivers extraordinary results, like a 96% customer satisfaction rate and a 186% average return on investment. And nearly half our customers are deployed in under a month. Let's take a closer look.
Sorry friends, since we are running out of time, we are stopping this video here. Sorry? No, they said the time is only 20 minutes for us. Okay, fine.
QlikView's patented in-memory technology rapidly combines data from any source. With QlikView, there's no going back and forth between applications, and there's no more wasting time piecing together data. Easy-to-use wizards let you rapidly pick and integrate your data sources. And with just a few clicks, it merges all of the data into a single associative experience. QlikView lets users understand the big picture by reflecting all of the data relationships and dependencies in one place. And because all the data is loaded in memory, all of this happens instantly. There's no waiting for slow hard disks, and there's no chance of network lags. Just imagine all your data at your fingertips and fresh analytics on the fly. It's BI as it was meant to be. Now, let's have a look at QlikView's unique search abilities. It's a BI tool that delivers Google-like BI search. Go ahead and type in any search words. QlikView responds with instant associative results. QlikView's associative search guides users through their data. It helps them make connections among data points and understand how one affects the other. It lets users spot new trends and insights that were never possible before. You'll learn in seconds what it takes the competition days or weeks to figure out. Imagine what you could do with that edge. QlikView lets users visualize their data any way they want. It can render data in a wide variety of charts, tables, and graphs. And every one of those elements can be clicked on to instantly provide a whole new view of the underlying data. QlikView lets you zoom out for the big picture and zoom in for deep granular detail and understanding. You can even change chart, graph, and table types on the fly to get a whole new perspective. QlikView goes far beyond the eye candy of other BI solutions. The visualizations are designed to help discover trends, patterns, and aberrations that reside in your data. And because they're fully interactive, they enable you to uncover and unpack what those discoveries really mean. With QlikView, you'll look at your data in a whole new light.
the next product what we are going to look is about Tableau. Tableau is a US-based company where then they have developed an analytical tool. This Tableau helps in the top management to view their data into a pictorial format. The main difference between Tableau and QlikView is Tableau has an inbuilt formulation, wherein the sales data comes into Tableau, it has a standard sales formula or else profit formula in. So it can depict this formula, use this formula and represent the data into the dashboards. This is how it is unique from QlikView. These are all the different versions available with QlikView. You have web browser version, Tableau server, and Tableau web professionals. And this is how an architecture of Tableau is. They don't use an ETL engine to extract the data. They just extract the data from various sources like SQL or Oracle or any databases from even Excel sheet, and then they load this data into the Tableau server. From there, it moves to the different versions like web browser or web application or Tableau professionals. This is how the workflow is from the data sources, using the SQL connectors and the MDX connectors, they fetch the data and put into the Tableau server. From there, the data moves to the user interface wherein you will be creating the dashboards and reports for the decision-making purpose. So this is how the growth history of Tableau is. They have started in the year 1997, and then right now they have a huge client list in their bag, and right now they have huge plans to expand in different markets as well. And this is how you will be viewing the dashboards and other thing in different formats like mobile, web, and dashboards using the standard server interface. These are all some client lists for Tableau. You have in automotive, banking, energy utilities, insurance, customer goods, and real estate distribution. And that's it from my end. I will just pass on to Rufus for SAP Lumira. Thank you.
Thanks, Palani.
Sorry? Yes, at the end, no?
Thanks, Palani. So I'm here to speak on SAP Lumira. Before we get on to what is SAP Lumira and what does it do for us, I would like to touch upon what Palani said earlier in a more simpler and a layman's term. What is basically analytics? We would have seen before our MTM meeting, Ravi keeps running around with Excel sheets. So that's basically analytics is all about, It's very simple, okay? So we take those data and we slice and dice them and put it in a much visualized format to go ahead and look in for a user. So any user, whichever department or whichever section or whichever role he is into, he can understand from the graphics. And that's where, here is it, Lumira. What does it do? It basically helps connect to the information that you require. Everyone can consume and contribute. I will come into detail what does it means. And it's an IT approved, which means it's connected to your enterprise BI. Like any other analytics company, we first acquire the data. We acquire from various sources, and then we massage and transform the data in a much visual format, and then we start sharing it across SAP HANA and different platforms. Like any other analytics company, we come in basic 4 formats. One is mobile, web, desktop, and Office. And it can be across users. Analyst, business user, or an IT developer also can start using SAP Lumira. What do we do? What do we mean by self-service? Basically, self-service is nothing but, if you see the red, blue, and orange and green, those are the local users, what we mean. So that means, first, a user can search, explore, and share. Second is, he can acquire, transform, and visualize these data. He can design, build, and govern. So which means as a local user, whatever the changes that I have made, I can push it back to the cloud, and it can be basically it's retracting and again getting the information to the local user on a different level. So this is what it does. And it's got a drag and drop option. Basically, you can drag and drop the visualization, the graphs that you have in hand. So as I said, this is the architecture. Everyone has a local view, and it has an in-memory cloud platform powered by HANA, and you can get transformed those information back to that. That's what it does. Some of the key benefits. End of the day, I would say the key benefit here is, like any company is looking at, how do we increase the operational efficiency? How do we increase the productivity? And where are the areas that we lack? This is what analytics tool helps you. And like any other things, Lumira also does that in a more special way with a more drag and drop option, which this is called the self-service. I have a small video which I would like to present here today.
Now,
Hi, I'm Brad Devlin, and welcome to today's introduction to SAP Lumira, SAP's bold new vision for data discovery. For more information about this and other SAP Business Object solutions, please call this number. SAP Lumira helps analysts bring together and transform data to discover hidden insights and answers. Designed for ease of use, the software combines fast data manipulation with engaging visualizations, allowing users to explore data from a variety of enterprise and personal data sources. With SAP Lumira, you can consume data the way you process thoughts, fast, interactive, and visual. Connect, access, and visualize data without a single line of code. Get real-time answers on any volume of data. View the big picture and drill down to details. And then share your findings instantly with others. With SAP Lumira, users can connect to data and begin consuming this data instantly. This is because Lumira enriches your data with context that users are often not aware of. Measures are separated from dimensions, hierarchies are automatically created, and geographic data points are instantly detected. This means that users can jump feet first into data discovery and begin their exploration and visualization. This is a huge productivity booster given many organizations varying and often complex data environments. So let your users discover the data on their own terms and not worry about the technical stuff. SAP Lumira lets users analyze data with beautiful visualizations, quickly discovering unique insight that can be easily shared with others. These visualizations include all that you would expect, such as bar, line, pie, and combination charts. But it also includes cutting-edge visualizations such as heat maps, scatter matrix, waterfall, and geographic mapping. With SAP Lumira, users can define their own geographic hierarchies and display them on an interactive map instantly. You don't need to be a cartographer to appreciate how powerful this is. Whether it's a bubble, a color range, or a pie chart on your maps, it's all one click away. You can zoom in and drill down on any geography and get instant insight into those areas. Now, information is not always going to be easy to understand, and that's where SAP Lumira can help. It helps users understand very large data sets quickly and easily, and brings to light hidden trends and patterns within your business. Let's face it, a single chart is not always sufficient, especially when you're looking at a few different metrics across your business that can span multiple product lines, customers, countries, and well, you get the idea. Business intelligence is not just about a pretty picture. It's about connecting your business users to the data that drives your business and answering the key questions that enable them to transform and improve your business as a whole. SAP Lumira inspires your business by providing the fastest, most engaging way of discovering answers from any data through an interactive and visual experience.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now I'd like to hand over the dais to Mr. Arun Prabhu.
Very good evening to all. So, thanks to Palni and Rufus for giving a short glimpse on what is analytics and why we need analytics and how it's gonna improve us, and what are the areas we're gonna focus on, and where the market is moving on. Apart from SAP, I would say QlikView and Tableau were the products which have been evolving, which are competing in the Magic Quadrant of Gartner. And yes, the one which I'm going to talk about is more of predictive analytics. And if I talk about what is predictive analytics is definitely not something very new to everybody, every country and everyone have been doing it. I think Indians are more used to predictive analytics in the name of horoscope. Horoscope is nothing but we predict our future. It's like, see, the base of prediction is nothing but statistics and maths. And Indians, we invented the zero, and that's how we all using maths. And everything is about Indians and maths. And predictive is a new word coined by the McKinseys and the Gartners. But it has been in our blood to predict about others, to predict about something which is very uncommon. So that's how, to start with that. Now, technically, how are we going to convert that into results and numbers for companies? Okay, evolution of predictive analytics. Normally, in SAP, since I'm going to talk about predictive, it's not going to be more generic. It's going to be more related with what SAP is doing, because our focus is on SAP, and what is the SAP market doing outside. Initial days, it used to be raw data. Where from raw data to, it has to be your clean data, where it's all static reporting, like you take a report, you do a postmortem and see what happened. But if you look into, and then came something called WebI reports, that is ad hoc reporting. Even the users will drag and drop and they'll see the reports. But is that even relevant to the current situation? It's definitely not. So then we came up the predictive modeling aspect, where people would say that I will do a predictive analysis. SAP introduced a product called predictive analysis, and then they bought a company called KXEN and renamed it as Infinite Insight. They combined both the products and made it as predict and act. It means they want the customers, say in utilities, motors, automotive, manufacturing, want to predict what's going to happen and redesign their business based on my predictive modeling. And this is more of a traditional and predictive analytics. Gone are those days where all this analytic tool used to be separate. Even in SAP, you look into SAP's way of doing it is, we have a data warehousing layer that is business warehousing. Then you have a representation layer as business objects. In that you have ad hoc reporting, you have multiple reporting. It is all quite cumbersome, I would say, because every customer would feel that, because they have to buy multiple products to achieve one common goal. That's where SAP has evolved into a predictive analytics platform. That is, if you look into it has mentioned, I'm sorry for the font size, it's PM, DM, and PA. It's all about predictive analytics, data management, and preventive maintenance. These all come under one single roof, where just click of a tab, companies can predict, they can look into their past, and they can also see how they're going to improve. What is SAP Predictive Analytics? As I rightly said, SAP had a product called SAP PA, Predictive Analysis, and they have a product called SAP Infinite Insight, that is nothing but KXN, renamed into Infinite Insight. They felt it is not good enough to compete in the market, because there are a lot of niche players and small players who are technically savvy and competing SAP, the giant, the Goliath, in a hands-to-hand. So they decided to combine the automated data processing, that is predictive analysis, and KXN, that is Infinite Insight, which gives a very advanced intuitions. But still, even though we talk about SAP Predictive Analytics, is it really a matured product? It is definitely not a very matured product, but it has got a great framework. And there are a lot of companies across the globe, a lot of players are building their own solutions. Yes, why predictive analytics in the particular region? If SAP asks why predictive analytics, you look into manufacturing, retail, healthcare, banking, utilities, telecom, public sector, and financial services, across marketing, sales, IT, finance, HR, and operations. So if you cut across all this region, SAP has started working on the predictive analytics tool. And what they do, SAP does, they say they found out companies what happened to their past. and how and why did it happen. And they talk about what is happening now. They help companies to know what is happening now and what is the risk if it doesn't happen. It is about, okay, if it doesn't happen, what is going to happen? And what will happen? It's more of, okay, there is a lot, market is completely volatile, and how I'm going to predict, how I'm going to see if the oil prices go down. Will it impact on my transportation cost? Will it impact on my import cost? So everything is globalization, because everything is globalized, and everything, even a small oil price would make a lot of impact across the business, across the region. So it makes very important for organization across the globe to get into predictive, because predictive is no more a luxury. Predictive is more of mandatory now. And yes, how do you prevent, ensure it doesn't happen again? That is the most key thing every company is looking at. And it's more of the predictive analytics framework. As I said, even though we're going to talk about predictive analytics, it's going to purely run on HANA, because that's how SAP is designed. The power of HANA, in-memory technology, the real-time, the fast, getting to HANA, and then the modeling and the data, everything would be happening at the predictive analysis layer. So this is a simple architecture. It's complex though. It's like spatial data, machine data, time series data, transactional data, unstructured data about social companies, and real-time data. All the data can be combined into, say, these data can come from SAP ERP, it can get into the Hadoop architecture, and Hadoop is no Hadoop architecture, then third-party data sources and SAP data services. This can get into the SAP HANA, and all the modeling happens. And the predictive, there's something called PAL, that is Predictive Analytics Library. This is something which is SAP has defined, the rules and algorithms like time series, churn analysis, whatever algorithms been written by the scientists so far, and statistics, as they have built the model, and it's all inbuilt. And the beauty of this product is we need not deploy data sciences. In statistics before, big organization governments used to deploy data scientists or PhD who has done statistics, who will do a lot of analytics. They will take years and years to churn out few data point from the large volume of data. But what it does is we need not hire any data scientists henceforth. SAP has defined a framework where a person with a good statistical knowledge, even though he's not a scientist, he will be in a position to come out with most magical insights about a company, and they can predict and help the companies to grow further. What are the benefits? There are so much of benefits we could list down, but I could say it's around 8 benefits, which is very important for across the regions. Like I would say, it's more of instantly predict market trends and customer needs. This becomes extremely very critical, because you look into the way the company runs, the way the business runs has completely evolved into a different aspect. For example, you take, Chennai used to run with a cab called Fast Track. It used to have around 7,000 cabs at a given point of time. They thought they are the kings, and no one going to take them up. But if you look into it, in the last 1 year, there are companies like Meru, Yellow Taxis, and Ola. They're all galloping, and they've completely, now Fast Track runs with 700 cabs. It means from 7,000, they've reduced to 90% of their business has been reduced. It's because the market evolves much faster than what it used to be. So every company has the pain area that if I'm not predicting, if I'm not looking into what's happening in my company, how I can predict what's happening in the market, what a customer wants. If I don't know, I'm out of the market. So this is a simple example of why companies would invest more time on instantly predict market trends and customer needs. That becomes the basis of their business. And they want to predict how market price volatility will impact your production plans, and provide exactly the right offers and services level to every customer. So these are the many points I would talk about. And yes, predictive. Yes, let me get into the real business value about most of the benefits. One is faster, it's most easier, and it's completely transforming. The reason why it is faster is real-time. It gives real-time answers. It doesn't give you lags. It doesn't give you to think about what you want to do. It tells what you could think. And access to disparate enterprise data. So every company doesn't have only one single system ERP. They have unstructured data. They want social media data. They want data from logs. They want data from historians and machines. So a company is not comprised of ERP. A company is comprised of so much of data, vending, machines, and people. So when you combine all those data, it makes a real business value, and that's why it has to be faster. since it has to be faster, it's been deployed on HANA. And since it's deployed on HANA, it can chuck out things much faster. So it's much faster, people can take much faster decision. And allows discovery to prediction to results in minutes. Gone are those days, people used to take years and months to predict what happened to my business, what happened to my business and how I'm going to change. But now they'd say they can take decisions, say for Flipkart, if you've seen whatever products you click in the online, you could see a particular, you go and buy a shoe, but you never bought that shoe. But you could always see that it's been following. Whichever website you get into, you would see the same product popping again and again. It means, you might think it's coincidental, but it's not coincidental. It's all completely planned, because whatever you do, get into Flipkart, you search into the columns, they know exactly what you're looking into. If they know what you're looking into, if you're not buying, they'll not let you go. They will make sure you buy it, because that's the way analytics helps them to increase their business and decrease your wallet. And easier. Why it's so easier? As I rightly said, you need not have statisticians, you need not have higher PhDs from top-notch colleges or MIT. All the algorithms are set, all been founded by a lot of scientists. So all you have to is use those algorithms, which is ready, and drive the magical results. And transforming, yes, it will completely transform the way an organization works. And that's why I said predictive analytics is faster, easier, and transforming its need of the time. And it's more of a detailed roadmap. SAP has not completely evolved on the predictive analytics. Yes, if you look into today, the scenario is, I would say, green and blue, but the planned innovations are more. They're going to include wearable technologies. They're going to include Internet of Things into analytics. So anything you go will be analyzed, and that will churn business into large volumes. Yes, as I rightly said, there are so many aspects which is right from healthcare to business to oil and gas, to predict my maintenance, stop my failures, right from online retailers. There are so much of use cases in predictive analytics. It means the human nature is to analyze, and the future is every business are mandatory to analyze what has happened, what is happening, and what will happen, and how I'm going to change the course of actions. So that's going to be very clear, and the world is moving towards predictive, and everything will be predicted in future. I would say I will take a small a small video, how critical life-saving the predictive analytics could be. You could have all watched about the air crashes, and everybody's, Malaysian Airlines is forced to change its name. So that's how the market is, and a lot of lives and everything. So how a predictive analytics for a very important life-changing transportation. So a small video. I've not taken any how it works. I've taken about some business use case, which has been already executed by SAP.
Hi, I'm Mimi Spear. I'm in marketing at SAP, and I have the job to show innovation around big data. Today, I want to show you how big data is not only changing lives, changing how we live, but it's also saving companies big money. Any company who has assets within their business cares about predictive maintenance, because you can save a tremendous amount of money by being able to schedule maintenance ahead of time and predict when parts fail versus having to have unscheduled maintenance. This particular demo is a jet company who can manage every single airplane no matter where it is in real time because of the power of SAP HANA. Here I see that an airplane has an issue, and I can go directly into the system and understand exactly what part is having issues. This particular alternator is having issues, and with predictive capabilities, I can know exactly the possibility of when this part will fail and how many hours and how many days. So I can make more intelligent decisions about when to land this plane and when to fix this part. I also have the power of 3D visualization, so that when I'm a maintenance person with an airplane, this is a visualization that I can relate to much better than a pie chart or a graph. And I can actually get into the plane and understand what's happening within these different parts to see if there are any other issues going on in the plane. The goal of predictive maintenance is to get all maintenance to be scheduled. So what we want to do is make sure, is this alternator just being late in being scheduled, or is there an issue with all other planes with this model? And we can find this out with this particular app, and we can know, do we need to change the alternator in every single plane or in this just one instance? We can also move this from end schedule to schedule maintenance for the future. This is the power of big data. This is the power of technology from SAP, and this will save many industries, many companies, a lot of money.
I request Mr. George to be on stage to give the final note.
Thank you all. Thank you, ladies, gentlemen, everybody, people, boys, girls. This was indeed one heck of a day. You know, it was so much of technology overload. I hope you try and remember everything. But I have to give it to you guys. Honestly, when I drew up the list of all these 48, 49 sessions, I actually started plotting the names against that. Then I just took up randomly, picked up some names, and I kept changing. And the final list was almost what I had chosen, except for a few minor changes. But honestly, I have to give it to you. Please give them all a big hand. All the speakers, they did extremely well. Given such a short notice, I think the preparation was good. Presentation was even better. It did come out quite well. I always keep saying to my colleagues, it's not important that we climb up the stage and keep talking, because we've been doing that for years now already. So that doesn't matter anymore. Our success truly lies in making the next generation of people in the company climb up the stage and face an audience and talk. And that really happened today. That really took off today. I'm pretty much very hopeful, actually. I'll be able to position all of our speakers in front of the different SAP forums or the customer forums. So I think that day is not too very far. So we should be able to do this in much better proportions, in much better insights, giving customers what they are looking for from us as a partner of choice, as a service provider of choice. So that is something that I'm really looking forward to. So you guys have really stepped up that image today, and hopefully we'll be able to continue that as well. Now, a little bit of touch of what we have from the morning. I mean, we've been talking so much about go agile, go digital, go local. It's actually very true. I mean, going agile. I'm just back from a conference in Berlin, from an SAP Oil and Gas and Utilities conference. What I heard there was speaker after speaker, everybody was talking about something called the perfect enterprise. So when they talk about the perfect enterprise, they keep telling what is the meaning of a perfect enterprise? What keeps all these companies trying to get to that point, but still not being able to reach that point? And at every discussion that comes up is, they say the one most important element of a perfect enterprise is agility, being agile. And what is that companies are really struggling with? Why are they not agile? Why can't they achieve what they want to achieve? And it actually turns out to be that a large part of the companies that whom we are interacting with, the corporate companies and the big ones, have a lot of complexity in them. Their processes are so complex, the way they work are so complex, the way they think, the groups, the way they are siloed up, complexity is so huge, it's immense. And that's precisely what is preventing them from becoming agile. And that's what also you see in the big tier 1 service providers in India, you know. So these companies are so big that their internal processes make them so complex. So agility is almost not there, non-existent. And that is something that we really have to avoid. And for us, size is on our side, basically. We're not so big, but at the same time, it's only a matter of time before we get that big. But it is always better that we get this agility into our mindset, into our DNA, and then we should be able to morph very, very quickly. Like what was being talked earlier, you know, the services revenue from the services business is basically shrinking. It's shrinking, and it is really combining with the product revenue. So going forward, you can see a lot of this happening in your own fields when you're talking with customers, when you're talking with your principals. You could see that projects that we used to implement over 8 months, 9 months, 15 months simply don't exist anymore. That is how the services revenue is basically really shrinking big time. Any project today is expected to be completed in about 12 to 16 weeks max. That is the customer expectation, because the bundling of the product and the service is so thick. Customer expectation of having a feelable, a touchable delivery, whatever that they want to see is very, very quick. So they expect something to be delivered very quickly, 3 months or less than that, maybe 10 weeks, 8 weeks. That is where agility comes in. That is where everything that we spoke of today, being agile, scrum, and all of that is basically trying to make ourselves to deliver that extra mile at a shorter notice. Shorter cycles, we have to come back, we have to reassess, we have to go forward again. So that is precisely the way companies are also evolving. Look at SAP, for example. I'm pretty sure the basis folks here, they will know in the past, enhancement packs were released once in 18 months. I think all of you know this. Enhancement packs were released once in 18 months from SAP. Today, Hasso-Plattner says that enhancement packs or whatever from the cloud service delivery model is going to come out once in 3 months. Every 3 months, there is going to be an announcement coming out for Ariba, for SuccessFactors, for cloud solutions. Every 3 months, there is going to be enhancements coming. So SAP itself is turning its the delivery model, its delivery cycle, product delivery cycle, so agile, so quickly. 18 months is being shrunk to 3 months. So that's the way companies are really morphing, really changing, because they understand how important it is for cloud revenue to come in. SAP has now become the world's leading cloud company. So that requires a huge mindset. Look at what S4 HANA is doing. They basically want to move the entire ERP suite into HANA. What this means is basically they have taken a very revolutionary step. Hasso has decided, or this decision probably happened 10 years ago, they have decided to scrap the 400 million lines of code that they wrote. SAP ERP suite is about 400 million lines of code. They are basically ripping apart what they built over the last 30 years. And that they're making it into lines of business and shoving it into the cloud. That's precisely what they're doing. S4HANA is exactly doing that. They've started with finance, then they're moving into logistics, and they'll go over across. The delivery cycle is very, very quick. And it comes every 3 months. I think the first S logistics is probably coming 3 months now. And after that, very rapidly, all the other modules are going to come in. So, again, every site you see, every site I see, I go travel around, I travel so much. It's only for getting this kind of information. Everywhere I go, everywhere I see, the one word that keeps coming back is you have to be agile. You have to be agile in trying to absorb technology that is going around you at such a vast pace. If you're not that, my dear friends, it's going to be very, very difficult. I've been telling this so many times over and over again. I started telling this about 3 years ago. It is very relevant today. Today is the time. You have to convert. You have to really transform yourself. The way you think, the way you act, it has to be very, very different. The days of being an SDMM consultant or a normal HCM consultant is over. You cannot just survive with that anymore. Please identify your skills in one of these tracks. You saw so many tracks today. Please identify yourself with the area of your choice. Please go into it deeply. There are people from here who can help you. There are people from LOB. There are people from my team, from COE. Please reach out to them. Get yourselves enabled. There's a lot of enablement sessions that are being planned internally and also externally. We'll be more than happy to send you out for trainings. If you have to really get absorbed into Ariba or SuccessFactors or Fieldglass or things like this, but pick up something that is relevant to you. That is also the meaning of this exercise today. It really has to get into us. Our DNA has to change. And that is the only way we'll be able to build from where we are today. We have set huge targets for ourselves. The revenue model around us is completely changing. If we don't adapt, we will never be able to succeed. We'll never be able to reach where we are supposed to be going to. So, again, thank you all for this wonderful day, for all the tech talk that we had. I really hope all the books with you will be able to read through today. We'll be having, it's not a really quiz session or something like that tomorrow. It's just for your information. So go through it. Just don't go drop it somewhere. Please go through it. There's quite some information that has been researched out. People here have researched so much over the last 10 or 15 days to get that book for you. It really makes a lot of sense. So please go through it. We'll again regroup tomorrow. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be able to have people with much, much better insights into that. So some questions might be asked. You might be asked to come over and then speak for a minute or two. Don't get too afraid about it. There will be people to help you. There will be people to moderate on that. But what is really needed is 1 or 2 minutes of what that is. What is the pitch? Will it really help a customer, yes or no? What is your understanding of that particular solution? That's about it. So that the technology element of what we are talking really gets into all of us. Okay? Thank you very much again, and hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you.